Video number 1 of 4 probably today. Maybe 3, maybe 4. Who knows? I don't know anymore, you guys. I really don't know. Hey, it's MJ, and while you guys are watching this, I actually am in Indiana. My parents are finally moving down here to Arkansas, and I'm trying to get several videos pre-filmed. Like, I'm filming last week's video, my favorites video, after I film this one, which is a weird thing for me to say, because right now you're like way far in the future and I am not. So I'm actually going to do a makeup tutorial, even though I'm terrible at them, but I feel like it's wedding season and I'm going to do kind of my standard wedding makeup look, because I actually went to a wedding at the end of April and I got so many compliments on my makeup look, even by the bride, who was one of the people who was taught me how to use makeup properly, and I was very, very happy that I basically got to impress her at her own wedding with my makeup skills. I feel like that's a terrible thing to say, but I was so excited because I felt like I was showing her that I've progressed with my makeup skills, since she's basically had to teach me that, yeah, you can put on more than one coat of mascara. But I'm already in my foundation and my primer because I don't like to come onto camera without anything on. It's still kind of a hang up of mine, and eventually I'll probably be able to say, yeah, I'm not wearing anything. But today is not that day. And I do my makeup a little differently than you're supposed to. Like, everybody's like, oh, you need to do all your eye makeup first, and I'm just like, but I don't want to. I'd be afraid to ruin the whole look when I put my foundation on. So I'm just like, I'm gonna put my foundation on first. And then if I have to, I'll clean it up, but I don't think you guys can actually tell what my makeup looks like sometimes because, well, my camera is kind of terrible and I'm gonna get a new one eventually. And I actually had to turn my air conditioning off because apparently this is the only room where the vent is really loud. And I'm like, I really don't want to deal with a really loud vent while I'm trying to do a makeup tutorial or while I'm trying to record any of my videos. And my neighbors on the other side of this wall moved out, so I'm just like they're not singing. I'm not even quite sure if they moved out together, which makes me a little worried for their relationship, but that's not for me to say, not for me to discuss, because I'm doing a makeup tutorial on the internet. And I have a hair in my mouth. Yeah. But I did my primer already, which again is my NYX Photo Loving Primer in green, because I have such a red tint to my skin, and my Urban Decay All Nighter Longwear Foundation in 0.05, which is the lightest shade they make. Like, it's really sad. Like, I could almost, this is about the darkest that I can do, even if I'm tan. Like, you're not going to be able to see this, but I've been out in the sun quite a bit, and you can kind of tell that I have a tan, and I'm getting one, and it's so weird because I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have a tan this summer. I haven't had a tan in years. But I am gonna put my hair up real quick because I don't want to get makeup all up in my hair, because, you know, that's never a fun thing to do. And I'm like looking at myself backwards in the camera, so it's just like, it's so funny. And I have the little, it's like Saturday. Oh yeah, you can actually see my tan over here. Like, that's right there, right, that line right here. But it's like Saturday morning. I'm trying to record a bunch of videos because my dad and one of his friends are coming down tonight, and then we leave on Thursday. So I'm really trying to get this stuff done before I even consider doing anything else for the day. Alright, so next, per usual, what I do, take off the glasses. I'm probably gonna have to like redo my makeup on my nose because the little glasses pads, yeah, we're good. I'm going to do my concealer. Again, I always use this concealer. I feel like I should try other concealers, but I feel like the base routine for my makeup usually stays very much the same. I use my primer, my foundation, and then my concealer, and this is like the concealer that I really, really like. And I actually like being able to use foundation and concealer from the same brand because I feel like they work really well together. Like, I used this with my Rimmel foundation, and for some reason sometimes you could tell and it would get a little cakey, which I thought was a little odd for the fact that everything is liquid. It wasn't like a liquid to powder, it was a powder foundation. It was a liquid foundation with a liquid concealer, and it just got cakey and it was weird. So I actually have some problem areas right now. I have, like, my forehead is a little bit broken out, my chin is a little bit broken out, and like right here. It's hormones, it's terrible, and I hate it. But I'm gonna use, again, my trusty mirror, and I'm actually gonna use this palette today, which I'm really excited about. I actually don't think I've used this palette as a palette in one of my makeup videos ever. Normally it's just my mirror, because this is the best mirror that I own. But I actually broke one of my shades, which I actually broke one of the shades, which I'm really, really sad about. But we'll get to this all in a minute. I'm gonna go put my concealer on now. I can actually kind of see the time. I'm so proud of my eyes Maybe my eyes are getting better. Like, that would be super nice. I would love if my eyes were getting better. And I feel like I did a makeup tutorial recently. Was it my 10-minute makeup that I did? And it's getting a little cloudy outside, so the light is going to shift in here. I have so many bags under my eyes. Like, it looks like the underside of an airplane. You know, like cargo area. That's what it is. It's a cargo area. The area under my eyes right now is like a cargo hold. There's so many bags, and I don't even know why. Like, I'm getting full nights of sleep, but it's just like, it's pathetic. I hope I brought my actual concealer brush in here, because the concealer brush I've been using, I don't want to use in this video because I'm going to use it for my favorites video. And I feel like when I put my concealer on, it goes underneath my eyes, it goes on my forehead, my chin, sometimes this area, sometimes not. And then normally, like, if I have like a big blemish, it goes straight on top of that, and then I buff it out. And I gotta find my brush. Here it is. I'm gonna use my trusty e.l.f. brush, my Flawless Concealer brush. I would be using my Vasanti brush, which I got in my Ipsy bag last month, which I absolutely love, and I apparently did not clean it well enough. But that's actually for my favorites video, which I'm filming next, which was last week's video. I'm very out of order this morning. And I feel like I'm just talking. Like, I feel like I'm talking too much. And then I get to this point where I have an hour and a half of footage that I'm going to have to go through. And that means that I've been sitting here for an hour and a half, and I have other things I have to do today. This brush is a little bit looser than the Vasanti brush, which now I'm kind of used to the Vasanti brush because it is a bit of a tighter packed brush, and I actually really like that. I like having a more firm concealer brush when I'm working with concealer, and then I make this face like you do. You know, and I saw somewhere online that when you do concealer, you don't just like go like this. You actually bring it down and out because it blends it and buffs it, which I have definitely taken that to heart as I have been kind of exploring makeup more and getting into like this journey of being able to do my face without making a complete fool of myself. And now there's just like a bunch of concealer in it. Like, that's my one issue with like these brushes. Like, I used a silicone beauty applicator, which again, favorites video last week, a silicone beauty applicator to put my foundation on, and I found that I really, really like that as opposed to a brush. But I can't, you know, I probably could use it to do my concealer, but I don't know if it would work the same. So I'm still using a brush for my concealer, and I don't want to put this on my floor, so I'm just gonna lean it on my concealer. Like, I've already recorded for 10 minutes and I've gotten one step done. One, you guys, one. I don't want to scratch my nose while I'm doing this. Okay, so next, per usual, eyebrows. I do my eyebrows the same every time. Normally, if I'm going to a wedding, I try not to do such drastic eyebrows because, well, I don't like drastic eyebrows. Like, I don't overfill them. I don't spend a lot of time on them because I know that with my eyebrows, if they look semi-decent, it's fine. And I haven't gotten my eyebrows done in like months. Like, since I moved down here, I haven't gotten my eyebrows done. I've been doing them myself and I don't like it. Like, when I get back up to Indiana, I may have to text the girl who used to do my eyebrows and be like, I need help. Please, do you have any openings so I can come in and get my eyebrows done? But I'm still using my Rimmel Brow This Way in medium brown, and I'm actually down to the pan in the gel, which I have another one sitting in on my makeup counter, but I haven't like given myself the heart to switch over to the other one because there's still stuff in here and I don't want to waste it, but I think it might be time. It might be time to actually just physically switch. And I always start, of course, at the front of my brow, and then I work toward the back, and I give myself a larger, fuller brow at the front. Again, I feel like that's just very standard when you do your eyebrows. And I actually tend to put foundation in my eyebrows mostly by accident, but it does lighten my eyebrows just slightly, so I do have to put some more gel in it when I work on it, and that's just how it happens. And I never start directly where the brow line is because I would rather make a mistake here than here. And then I can work it back through to the front without having like crazy problems with it. I'm actually really glad that the like overdrawn eyebrow trend has kind of played itself out because like I never overdrew my eyebrows just because it looked weird. I think like I look like I have Groucho Marx eyebrows, and I don't really want to have that sort of eyebrow look because I feel like I've made enough makeup mistakes in my life that I don't need to add to it as, you know, I'm learning and changing with my routine. I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna have to do this part kind of quietly. Because I'm a lefty, my left eyebrow always looks better than my right eyebrow. Always, no matter what. I could be sitting here for 20 minutes doing my eyebrows and my left eyebrow would always look better than my right. It's just a curse, I guess. It's not fun, but It happens. And I feel like I'm just talking right now because, you know, well, why not? But I always really enjoy doing my eyebrows now because I used to never do them. Like, I didn't know that was a thing. And I feel like I mentioned that in like in December when I did my first makeup tutorial thing, is I said, you know, I don't do my eyebrows. I never have. I didn't know that that was a thing that people did until I was in college because, you know, it wasn't, I feel like, a huge thing when I started doing my makeup. I wore a crap ton of eyeliner when I started doing my makeup. You know, it was like 2006 and you start doing all your makeup and it's just like, oh my gosh, eyeliner. I was part of that kind of middle school generation where we wore eyeliner and like dark eyeshadow and nothing else. Like I had red eyeliner at one point because I thought it was cool. And now you're looking at somebody who now does not wear eyeliner like ever. Okay, I have like 30 seconds. So next what I'm gonna do is my blush, bronzer, and highlighter. Now I normally don't wear blush and bronzer and like, you know, this is my tiny bronzer. I got it from Ulta. It's great, I love it. But I actually really like Hula's, or Benefit's Hula for bronzer. I don't even know if I brought my bronzer brush in here. I'll use my other one, it's fine. I'll just do it out of order. I had to go get other brushes. Like, I feel like that's something I don't have enough of, is brushes. And I feel like that I want to use for my blush. I'm going to use this one for my bronzer. This is a Sonia Kachik. I don't know how to say her last name, and I'd feel really bad if I pronounced it wrong. But I got these brushes. I got a set of 4, and they have like really pretty flowery bottoms, and I love them, and they have really fluorescent tops, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to get my little Hula. This is like a sample size because I didn't want to commit to buying a full size if I didn't like it. But I feel like I need to wear bronzer because I look like a vampire. Like, it's not good. And I tend to only wear it during the summer because, you know, if you wear bronzer during the winter, it looks a little weird. It's like, wow, you went on vacation. No, I just have a lot of makeup on. And I normally don't wear a lot of bronzer, if any, because that's not like a foray I normally have, because I have such a pale complexion that bronzer normally makes me look, how do I want to say this, like funny. And I don't tend to wear a lot of it when I do, and I have friends who are just like, oh my gosh, I wear bronzer all the time, you know, like as my contour. And I'm just like, I mean, I don't know how to contour. Oh wow, there's definitely like a very, very pronounced, there we go. That's a little better. There was like a very pronounced like area in my eyebrow that was just bronzed. And I don't do it very often, but right now because I have such a tan line right here, I really don't have much of a choice but to kind of layer bronzer onto my neck and hope for the best. But it does give you just a little bit of color. It doesn't make me look as dead. I had somebody tell me that I looked dead, and I was like, oh, thanks. That's so nice of you. Just what every girl wants to hear. You look dead. Thank you. Thank you so much. But I actually really like these brushes. I really do. I think they're really great when it comes to being able to use them for multiple things. And again, like I have all my brushes sitting so they're not on my carpet because I don't want to get blush or bronzer or eyebrow gel or any of that stuff in my carpet. And I feel like that's kind of a logical thing because it's like, well, why would you want it in your carpet? I don't want it in my carpet. Like, I don't do bronzer on my cheekbones. I don't do contour. I never have. I don't really want to. And I know that seems like, oh, what do you mean you don't want to do contour? I feel like at the time, you know, when they had like almost the clown contour stuff. Okay, so the blush I'm using is Too Faced's Love Flush in Baby Love, which is like the only blush that I reach for anymore. And I'm using probably a much fluffier brush than I need. I'm not even sure if it's like picking any of the powder up, but I'm hopeful. And I had to learn how to do blush. Like one of my friends is like, oh, you only apply it to... And I was like, that doesn't seem right. That's where you put your contour. Like if you're doing like a little bit of a contour, I can understand putting it there, but not if you're just trying to do blush, because blush goes like here. It goes on the apples of your cheeks. So when you smile, that's where it ends up. And I don't use a lot of blush, and I'm not even quite sure if this is picking up much of the blush. I may have to, like, I can't tell. I'm just trying to put a little bit more color on my face so I don't look sick. I'm actually just going to use this brush real quick and just kind of pick up some extra, and there we go. That's actually a lot better. I mean, you can definitely tell in the camera from what I can see, and I can't see very well. So actually, let's look. Yeah, you can definitely see a little bit of it. I'm kind of happy with it. Like, you can see the shadow on this side of my head because of the shadow over here, which is so weird. I feel like I've been recording for 20 minutes specifically with this. Like, I'm gonna have to cut so much of this down. And I'm not even close to being done. This is why I don't do makeup tutorials. Where is my highlighter? I'm using, again, this is like my big highlighter palette. I also like, I got a sample of Becca's highlighter, but I really like my Urban Decay Afterglow palette. I really want to get the other Afterglow palette, and I'm gonna use Bliss like I usually do. Like I normally would use these two together, but because I have blush on, I don't want to add a lot more of the pink to my face. So I'm going to use this really pretty champagne color called Bliss. And I got to get my brush out. The one brush that I know how to use. And that is my Instapop cheek brush, which dried kind of funny. So I have to like fluff it back up. And then I just put it wherever I want my highlighter, which is right here. Right on the top of my cheekbones. And you can do more layers to get a more strobed effect, which is, again, a new concept for me. I just found that out. The tip of my nose. I really like when the tip of my nose is all shiny. I don't know why. And then, like, the Cupid's bow, which I probably should use a smaller brush or my finger for. And you can do your forehead. Like, normally I just do kind of, like, right over where the bronzer is, just to make it still kind of a little bit shiny, but not super shiny. Because I don't want to be like super shiny. You know, you wear matte foundation, you wear matte concealer, and then you make your face shiny again with highlighter. That seems sensible. Just a tiny bit on the chin, just to make it look, you know, it's like you're just like light beams. I don't know anymore. It's like 8 a.m. It's actually, no, it's like 9 a.m. Oh my gosh, it's almost 10 a.m. and I still have three more videos to film. I'm doing really well this morning, you guys, I promise. Alright, so next I'm actually going to go and do my eyeshadow, which I'm really excited about. And I'm going to use, for my first shade, I'm actually going to use this color here to go all over, and that is Classic. I actually really like the names of this one. Oh my gosh, look at how, gosh, that's so shiny. But I go in with Classic, and I go all over the lid. I'm not using any eyeshadow primer because I'm literally going to take this off in an hour. But if I was going to use my eyeshadow primer, I would be using my Lorac Behind the Scenes eyeshadow primer, which I have used before. Oh, I just got like a whole bunch of powder in my eye. And I understand people put their eyeshadow on first so they don't get a bunch of fallout in their foundation. But unfortunately, I get so nervous about what my foundation looks like that I don't actually do that. And I don't go all the way up to my brow bone because I'll probably highlight my brow bone later if I really feel like it. I do when I'm going to weddings. I do actually highlight my brow bone. There's like birds outside of my window. And everybody's like, oh, you start with the lightest color. And I'm just like, you do? I feel like, again, this is just me admitting. And I'm going to go in next with actually I'm going to do my next lightest color next. And that is Chic, which is this really pretty kind of caramel color down here. I don't know what you're seeing. Oh, you're seeing my face. It's not really a caramel color. Normally I'd go in with bold. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do bold because this is one of my favorite. And I am going to sweep this across the back half, like about 3/4 of my lid. So I'll start here and move over and up into the crease, just to give the crease some color. And I am going to do a darker color on the very outside, but I'm going to blend it out. And this tends to be my standard look when I do my makeup for a wedding. My right eye always looks worse than my left eye because I'm left-handed and I spend more time knowing exactly how to do my makeup on my left because I don't have to reach as far. One day I'm not going to say that. One day I'm going to be like, yeah, both my eyes look amazing. But they don't. And I'm actually going to do my most inner corner color. I mean, this is going to be, like, I'm going to fill up this entire 32 gigabyte memory card just doing this one video. So I did Classic and Bold, and I'm going to do Edgy kind of on the outer corner and in the crease. And then underneath my eye, I'm going to do Punk, and I'll probably do Glam, which is this one right here, in the most inner corner and up and down into the bottom. So I'm actually going to do that in that. Because I feel like with these very metallic shades within the Tarte palette, it does tend to dry out a little bit faster or like cake. So you have to be kind of careful with it when working with it. Because it doesn't, I don't know, come off as easily, which is like a weird thing to say, but it doesn't. And if I don't like cry, if I don't take out part of my eye, it'll be great. And I normally don't do like 3 or 4 layers of eyeshadow because I don't want to have so much product on my face that I feel like I'm wearing a mask, because I'm never a huge fan of that. And I'm going to go in with Edgy on the very outer corner. And these are such highly pigmented shades that it does not take much. And they're really easily blendable, which is very exciting. And this is definitely one of my top 5 go-to eyeshadow palettes, and it has been since I got it, because the colors are really nice and it's all very neutral. Well, I mean, I actually don't think I've used many of these colors. Like, I really should do a look with colors that I don't use very often. Maybe that should be one of my makeup tutorials, is guess what? I'm doing stuff with a palette that I use, but I don't use half the colors in. I get a little carried away with this one. That's great. Good job, MJ. That's why I normally do my foundation first, because I don't want to look like a raccoon. And I feel like I look like a raccoon most of the time when I do my makeup, so I try really hard not to. And I'm actually just going to put just a little bit more over here so it kind of evens out, because I definitely put a lot up top. I feel like my eyes are slightly different shape also, which makes things kind of difficult. Just slightly, like not a lot. I've been doing this for like 10 minutes. Like, this is pathetic. And then I'm going to go in underneath with Punk, which is black. Very, very close to black. Because I don't wear eyeliner, it's nice to just be able to do this underneath the eye and kind of up into your eyeshadow and then blend it out, because it still gives you kind of color underneath your eye, but it's not an insane, you will get, I'm going to be honest, you're going to get eyeshadow in your eye and it's going to be a little painful every once in a while. It's worth it because it actually looks pretty cool, in my opinion. I mean, you could disagree with me if you want to. And because this is more of a wedding look where you actually probably will be in a church or, you know, amongst people looking really nice, you don't want to put too much on. You don't want to look like a raccoon. You don't want to look like a raccoon. Like, I don't want to look like a raccoon. And this makeup is kind of crazy for a Saturday morning, you know, at like 10 a.m. I love always saying that when I'm like making videos. It's just like, it's this time on this day. And I'm sitting here with a full face of makeup, hoping for the best. I am actually going to conceal this just a little bit because I did mess up my foundation. So I'm just going to put a little dot of concealer there and then blend it out. And I know that's why you do it, but, you know, I still don't want to. Like, I know people who clean up their mascara and stuff, or not their mascara, their foundation like this, and I'm just like, yep, that's me. Two more things. And I'm actually really happy with this look so far. I actually really am. I'm always normally really happy with the very simple makeup that I do, because I don't do like the really crazy makeup. And I'm going to use my NYX Worth the Hype mascara. Normally, if I'm reaching for a mascara, it's either this one or my Too Faced Better Than Sex or my Benefit Roller Lash. And those are the three, dependent on what I want my eyelashes to look like. This is a very volumizing and lengthening mascara. So most of the time when I do go to weddings, I don't want to wear false eyelashes because I don't wear false eyelashes. So I tend to do something like this. And I'm just going to get like really quiet as I do this, because this is not like a fun part. This is just a, well, it's going to happen. And see, I wear glasses. The one huge issue I have with like doing my makeup is most people don't really see it because I have glasses on. So people are like, well, your makeup looks really good, but I can't see it. Why don't you take your glasses off? I'm like, well, guess what? Then I can't see. And I'm sorry. I mean, my makeup may look nice, but I need to be able to see. I like having, you know, the power of sight. I mean, but you can definitely see the difference between my two eyelashes already, and it's crazy. I mean, I can. I don't know if you guys can in the camera. And I am going to do 2, maybe 3 coats on my upper lashes, depending on what the second coat looks like on my upper lashes, because I tend to wear at least 2 coats for most occasions, but sometimes when I want to look really fancy, I do 3. And then my eyelashes are like out to here, and it's so funny. And my eyelashes grow at like weird angles, which is really unfortunate when you're trying to make your eyelashes look nice and even and try to make sure they don't go in your eyes and there's just one eyelash that's growing like this instead of like this. And it's so funny. It's like, alright, cool. I guess I'm just going to be stabbed in the face or in the eye over and over again by my own eyelashes. That's cool eyelashes. That's cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to do one more coat on my upper lashes, and then I'm going to call it done on my eyelashes, because I don't need to be sitting here for 20 minutes just putting more coats of eyelash glue, mascara on my eyelashes. That'd be really funny. Just, what are you using? Eyelash glue? Like, I don't know. Maybe that'll be a trend. It never will be. But like, my eyelashes look amazing right now. Like, I can see them in my periphery, which is really, really weird when you can like look and see your eyelashes. But that's one reason I don't wear fake eyelashes, because I feel like they'd always be in my vision, in my line of sight. I already have enough in my line of sight with the fact, you know, that I can't see. Okay, and now I'm done with my eyelashes. Alright, one last thing, and that is it. This is absolutely it for my look, and that is my lipstick. I forgot what lipstick was called, you guys. but this is NYX Liquid Lingerie. Nope, Lip Lingerie. I always call it Liquid Lingerie. In the color Baby Doll. And I normally go for a nude lip when I do a more drastic, even a more drastic but neutral eyeshadow look, because I don't want it, because again, somebody told me if you're going to do drastic eyes, don't do a drastic lip, because you're going to look kind of weird, especially at like a wedding. And I go in and I fill in my upper Cupid's bow area, and then I swoop down and around. And I do have foundation a little bit on my lips because, well, that happens when you put foundation. I have no idea where my last clip ended. So I'm putting lipstick on. And I normally only do one coat of lipstick because I will probably have to reapply it halfway through an event. Like, I was at a wedding at the end of April, and I was in the car on the way from the ceremony to the reception, and I was sitting there redoing my lipstick in a moving vehicle. The person who was driving was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm redoing my lipstick." And they were like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it looks terrible." But without further ado, I just stretched my legs out. I would say that, you know, you could put setting powder on, and I would if I was going to be wearing this for several hours, or at least a powder, like a translucent powder. Here's my look. This is my finished look. I'm actually really happy with it, and I feel like my makeup tutorials are very much like, I'm going to sit and I'm going to tell you things, and I'm going to talk. And I like doing that while I'm still doing my makeup, because like this is actually, I like this look. Like, this tends to be a look that I do pretty frequently. It tends to be my standard special occasion look. I just normally, if I don't use my Tarteist Pro palette, I'm normally using my Urban Decay Smoky palette. Something that has a lot of neutral shades to it, because I feel the need to have a neutral eye when I go to events, like special events like weddings and things like that. But I still like to have the option if I feel the need to do something daring, and I have a couple colors in there that I could do that with. But I'm really excited for this look. You're going to see this exact look in last week's video, and actually probably next week's video, because I'm not going to change my makeup. I'm not going to go and redo my entire face to go film 2 more videos. I'm not, you guys. I don't want to put my face through that much torture, and I've been sitting here for like a half hour filming this. So I'm hoping I can cut this down to maybe 12 to 15 minutes. It won't be as bad, but you can subscribe to my channel. You can like this video. You can comment on this video. You can follow me on social media. All of those links are below for my Instagram, my Twitter, and my blog. That's right, all 3 of those things. But I will see you guys next week with another video. So this has been, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I haven't filmed a video in 2 weeks and my brain just went. But I will see you guys next week with another video, and I hope you guys have a great week. Bye!